DFAM, DS here. So, right now, we're outside of Crowfield's office. We're about to go in. I'm ready.
Hello, Mr. Sterling.
You're alive! But how? And what are you doing here? You working with Crowfield?
Yes, Mr. Sterling. I'm sure you have very many questions. So, let me explain. First of all, that bear you saw in the parking lot outside Denny's, it was not me. It was a regular stuffed bear that we made to look like me. As for why I'm doing this, that's much more complicated. As you no doubt have surmised, Crowfield and I are working together. We're both working with an organization that is directly opposed to you, actually. You see, Mr. Sterling, I have inserted myself into your life for the sole purpose of spying on you. Now, I'm sure you're thinking how evil we are, but the truth is, we're the good guys. You're involved in a terrorist plot, Mr. Sterling. Oh, I don't expect you to understand. You're not made to. You're only a pawn. But let me try to explain it to you. You see, that backpack you bought from Walmart was sold to you by undercover men. In reality, that bag was rigged with a bomb that could be remotely detonated. Crowfield and I were spying on you in order to stop you from getting that bag to the location where the people who paid for your vacation were planning to detonate it. Thankfully, Crowfield is elsewhere dismantling that bomb as we speak, so no one will be blown up today. Whose terrorist plot was this, you ask? None other than the U.S. Department of Defense. They had your route back home set to cross paths with a peaceful political activism group of anarchist capitalists who have been getting more attention than some people like. I'm sure you still don't understand, however. Let me explain further. You see, though you appear to be a young man of 19 years old, your life in fact began less than 6 months ago. You are a clone grown in a lab, Mr. Sterling. You're part of a top-secret government project to build a special branch of defense made up of mindless soldier clones. They have not made much progress yet, however. You're only the early stages. You're not made to be a soldier. You're just an early version of one. They let you have your cute internet personality because they want the world to recognize the face of the men who will come to their doors and drag them away. They are the ones who fund all your trips. They are the ones who make life so easy for you. And anytime one of you dies, and it happens often given the fact that your intelligence is intentionally diminished, you're swiftly replaced by a new clone. Since the beginning of DS's career as a vlogger, there have been over 100 different clones who filled the role, all of them equally as ignorant of what they really were. Your host was picked because he was the closest they could find to human perfection. He only allows them to continue cloning his DNA because they threaten his family, however. But he isn't the only one whose DNA they're making clones from. They have the preserved bodies of many historical figures, such as John F. Kennedy, Margaret Thatcher, Ernest Hemingway, Nelson Mandela, Winston Churchill, Joseph Stalin, James Dean, Paul McCartney, Adolf Hitler and his wife, Marilyn Monroe, and many others. So you see, Mr. Sterling, you're a very small piece in a very large and complex game. The reason I take all this time to explain this to you is because you're going to die. I'm sorry that we have to kill you, but given what they're planning to do with you in the future, we kill all the clones
that we come across. It helps slow down their research. I know killing you and stopping this bomb won't put an end to the project you come from. I know another one who looks and sounds just like you will come along eventually. But I will still appreciate this small victory and the lives it has saved.
I don't blame you for anything, of course, and you shouldn't be too mad at me since your bosses were planning for you to die in the explosion of that bag anyway. You are merely an unfortunate creature. I do pity you, but I can have no mercy. I'm sorry, Mr. Sterling, but this is goodbye.